On a gorgeous Saturday for baseball, hello everybody and welcome on to the Whitecaps Baseball Network. Nate Wangler alongside Jeremy Otto today, the TV voice of Detroit Mercy basketball as we get ready for this Game 5 of the 6-game series between the West Michigan Whitecaps and the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. And Jeremy, last night was a tough go for the Caps, an 8-0 shutout, just 5 hits in total for the Caps in that game last night, and it really came down to the pitching for Fort Wayne. They were able to compile 10 strikeouts in that game. Austin Krob, their starter, matched his longest start so far in professional baseball, 7 innings in that game, 7 innings of shutout ball, but a chance to correct it here tonight. Chance to get back into the win column, and they're going to have some help. One of their top prospects on the mound in this one, Jackson Jobe, is back in the building, ready to make his debut here in 2023, and that's just an exciting opportunity, not just for Tigers fans in attendance to be able to see Jobe, but also an opportunity for this Whitecaps team to get back on the right track and kind of lean on him and what he's been able to do so far here in this season in 2023.
Yeah, yesterday just one of those ones you want to throw away, and obviously you have it in a perfect position right now with who you have on the mound, and you couldn't draw it up any better here today. Obviously looking to limit those home runs. We saw 3 of them yesterday. That's just what this Fort Wayne team does, and they did what they did well yesterday.
Jobe has been rehabbing so far this season, had some back stiffness during the offseason, began his year down in the Florida Complex League, then went up to Low A Lakeland, 18 innings all told, 24 strikeouts and an ERA right around 2, so he's been off to a hot start here in 2023, but we can take a look at those starting lineups. First, for the West Michigan Whitecaps as they look to get back in the win column, get their second win in this 6-game stretch against Fort Wayne. 12-16 so far here in the second half. Gage Workman leads off. He's at shortstop. Andre Lipsius, Luke Gold, Brady Allen slides into the cleanup spot. He's out in left field. Eliezer Alfonso back behind the plate for West Michigan. He had a 2-run home run in this series. Caps had a 3-homer game at one point, actually hit back-to-back home runs for the second time so far this season just a few nights ago. Roberto Campos into the 6th spot. He's in right field. Josh Crouch will be the DH in this one. Dylan Paulson 8th and Dom Johnson into the 9th spot. And they'll be going up against someone they've already seen in this series. Miguel Cienfuegos getting the start for Fort Wayne so far, 1-2, a 2.63 ERA. But he already started a game. Couple of games ago, it was the opening of a game that actually ended up getting suspended. After just 2 innings of play, the rain started to fall. He got 2 innings out of the way, but back in the starting role here tonight against West Michigan. In that appearance, 2 innings all told, 2 hits, 1 run for Cienfuegos and 3 strikeouts. On the other end for the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, here's a look at their lineup. They had 3 homers in that 8-0 shutout last night. Kai Murphy leads off. He's out in right field. By the way, Fort Wayne 17-11, currently pacing the Midwest League East Division. William Cedeno is second at second. Nathan Martorella, who had yet another homer in yesterday's game. He's been really on top of it against the Whitecaps so far this year. He's third. Grant Pauly slides into the cleanup spot. He's over at third base. Carlos Luis is fifth. He's the DH for Albert Fabian, who's 6th out in left field. Kervin Pichardo into the 7th spot. He's the shortstop for Anthony Villar back behind the plate. And then Joshua Mears in the 9th spot out in center field. And then the man we've all been waiting to see facing him here today, Jackson Jobe, making his Midwest League debut here in 2023. We'll get to hear some of his comments that he made with local media as well as some Detroit media coming up in our pregame show. But as we mentioned, just an exciting opportunity for all the Tigers fans in attendance to really see what we have in the former first-round pick.
Yeah, and I think obviously he was hoping to be here at this point at the start of the year. Had that setback at the end of last year that crippled into the beginning of this year as well. But just hearing what he said after he made his first start here, hey, I pitched in front of 8,000 people. That's a much different atmosphere than against Lakeland, so I'm sure he's probably excited about that again here today.
Yeah, and it's funny because players talk about that. That means a lot to them. It adds that different level of energy when you play in front of a big crowd, and on a Saturday night like this one, expecting another great turnout like we've had so far this series. We've had a couple of crowds over 8,000 here at the ballpark so far this week, expecting another big turnout for the game yet again here tonight. Well, you might be getting a look at the new uniforms we have here tonight. It is Dam Breakers night here in West Michigan. The West Michigan Whitecaps pairing with the Grand Rapids Whitewater Project to clean up the Great Lakes. And obviously that's important, historically, as well as, that's pretty much what our city is named after, are the Grand Rapids. So being able to clean that up and just return it back to its original state, really important. But I'm a fan of these uniforms. They have we learned they're not overalls, they're waders. So it looks like our entire team is about to go fly fishing tonight, but I'm a huge fan of the uniforms.
Well, we were kind of tracking as a few players were trickling to the outfield. They actually look like waders on their pants. It's not just the uniform. It's pretty impressive what they put together.
The whole team planning on going fishing after the ball game here tonight. But Jack Power is actually coming up in a little bit. He'll come into the third inning, talk to us a little bit about the Whitewater Project as well as the inspiration behind those uniforms. This isn't the first time we've done Dam Breakers night, but this is the first time that we've had this particular uniform design. Well, there's a look at setting the scene for this one. So many different ways you can watch and listen to us on the MILB app, on the MLB app, on the Bally Live app, or if you're just listening along, you can go to whitecapsbaseball.com. Well, coming up on Whitecaps pregame, we talked to Jackson Jobe. We also got some of his comments from the local media, and then we'll get our nation's anthem into the mix, and then we'll get you Whitecaps baseball game 5 of 6 in this series. Bob Wells coming up shortly. We'll be right back. This is the Whitecaps Baseball Network. This one, torch to center. Back on it, Fox. It skips up against the wall. Au-Yu Lee around second. He's trying for third. The throw there. Not in time. It's a triple for Au-Yu Lee. Of that double dip that we had just a few days ago, the Caps were able to do exactly what we've seen in this game. Come back and tie it up, just couldn't complete the job. This one's high and deep to center. Sends Johnson back to the track, to the wall. He leaps, and he makes the catch! Dom Johnson soaring through the air, banging up against the wall, and he pulls it in. Back up the middle as Young dives, flips to second, the relay throw, they got them both! From the glove to the bare hand, and then a strong throw to first base to get both. But Jace Young back in the lineup in this one. Seen a lot of flashes from him so far this year in terms of the power numbers. And there's another example. High to deep right field, and gone! Right on cue. Jace Young, a solo shot, makes it 6-2. Here for Fox. As he smokes this one. Allen in pursuit as he leaps, and he makes the catch! Wow! Banging into the wall, he pulls it in! The 0-2. Got him, strike three! And it's a Whitecap winner here on Saturday. Campos to left field, it's down! Gold scores! Allen is home! 2-run double for Roberto Campos! Game tying run on third, go ahead run on second, Alfonso at the plate. As he sends one into right! One scores, everybody moves up a base, we're tied at 5. Finished the 2022 season, as we were talking about, with AAA Toledo and really excelled. As he sends this one high to right field, Mears back, it's gone! A 3-homer game for the West Michigan Whitecaps. It's 6-1.